Hey folks, this is Vint with Ads Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly check out A Hero's Rest, an RPG town simulator. This is a game that you can find on Steam's Early Access program for about 25 bucks or so, although it will be releasing from Early Access on October 18th, 2024. There will be a 25% launch discount at that point in time, as well as some new stuff. There's going to be seasons, a new core attribute called Wisdom, hero population cap increase, and a whole lot more stuff. So, just be warned that what you're looking at here is not reflective of that 1.0 version. So what is this game about? Well, it's what the name implies. You're going to be running a series of shops, and you're actually going to send heroes out on quests and sell them things and try and make a profit, as well as handle king demands. Now, I'm going to take you through this manually today simply because there's a lot of nuance with this game. The learning curve is quite high, and to be quite frank with you, I'm still learning. I have about several hours in this game, and I'm still like trying to figure certain things out. It's not the most intuitive game I've ever played. But if you click on New Game and click on Empty Slot, you have some things to help you out. And this is what I like. Now, it says difficulty can only go as low as normal here, but if you scroll down, you'll be able to like increase gold per quest, survival chance, heroes gained XP. So you can, even though it's on normal difficulty, you can adjust various modifiers here in order to make your time a bit easier. You can even set your starting gold. I recommend setting this to like 50k to start, because you're going to make mistakes and you're going to have to delete things and you're figuring stuff out. Just give yourself that extra leeway while you're trying to figure things out. I would have gone bankrupt had I not done that as I was learning how to play. And yes, there is a tutorial in this game. However, it's also not the most intuitive. It tells you what to do, but doesn't like give you any visual clues as to what to click on. So I'm gonna go ahead and now load my previous save, DGAville, and like I said, I'm a few hours into this. And again, what you're doing is you start off in this map, and you've got a bunch of land that you can buy. Like there's a piece of land here, and a piece of land over there, and a piece of land over here, and you're gonna buy one of those lands, and then you're gonna put something on it. And typically you're limited to one type of shop per piece of land. So an innkeeper can be on this land, or a blacksmith can be on that land over there. You cannot have like an innkeeper and a blacksmith all on the same property. So here's an example. This is my innkeeper. This is the first area that you'll be tasked with building, but of course you'll be adding to it over time. You can construct walls and floors and tables, and each of these different shops have shop quality ratings. You want to get this as high as possible so that more customers come. And as far as customers are concerned, there's two different types. There's visitors. This is a visitor. You can actually see on the bottom right, his name is visitor, or his little tag is visitor there. HP, MP, XP, all that good stuff. And you also see CR11 here. These guys seem to just come and go. Whereas heroes will join, I guess, the town's posse or whatever. And then you can send them out on missions. You can actually craft quests in this game and send them out to do things. But either way, these people will come and buy things. You can craft food, for example, at the innkeeper. If I click on craft food, for example, it'll take me to this little window, and assuming I've got the raw goods, for example, I've got 60 food on the very top, 15 herbs, 48 wood, 1 cloth, 1 leather, 16 bronze, and it looks like there's like subcategories to it. Like there's raw leather, but then there's the better stuff, leather, thick leather, refined leather. So there are different categories to these things too, and that will determine what you can craft at the various workstations that are scattered around the map as you make them. So, for example, if I want to make some juice, I've got 18 out of 25 stock. So I'm just going to queue up some juice. It's going to cost me some gold to do that, and some food. Again, you're going to be using these raw goods up here to craft these various things. And as one vendor gets better, like this innkeeper gets better, he starts to level up, and you can actually craft bigger and better things. And on top of that, there's even like a skill tree that he has. It's called specializations. If you click on specializations on the right, you can kind of see here, you can pick one of these 3, and it'll go from top to bottom, and it looks like level 4 is the max that you can go. So you'll be leveling these people and giving them skills and that kind of thing. You could even create little rooms for beds, and heroes will come in there and sleep as they come back from quests. Speaking of quests, if I click on the innkeeper again, and the there we go, that, yeah, the table. By the way, there was a bug in the tutorial. I haven't seen it again, but sometimes you'll be stuck in build mode and can't click on things and these buttons won't pop up. You actually have to quit the game and reload. That's super annoying. So if I click on craft quest, this is where your heroes will come and pick up quests and they will come back with things. So for example, if you need more cloth, or if you need more herbs or leather, metal, whatever, you can set it at like metal. Like right now it says 7 out of 8 pay quests, so I can create one more if I want to. I'm kind of short on cloth and leather, so I'm going to just keep it on cloth for right now. Location, woods. I can also change the type, scavenging, farming, and mining. That doesn't really seem to do much except increase the difficulty. It looks like scavenging is the easiest and expedition is the hardest. It just kind of increases the difficulty. And the CR is what you want to look at. I know it's kind of hard to see, but it says optimal CR 10 to 14. And your heroes, as you get them, will level up and demand their CR will level up as well, and they'll start demanding harder things. This one says there are 6 heroes above the optimal CR range for this quest, whereas 4 of them are perfectly matched for it. So 6 are overpowered for it, 4 are just right for it, is what that's saying. Whereas 0 are under level. So like I kind of want to maybe bump this up one more. We'll see. I can also increase this, see if that does anything. No, I can lower it, but I can't raise the CR there. So maybe I go to treasure hunt instead. And now it says 16 to 24. CR 7 are under leveled for it. What if I reduce this? No, still a problem there. So maybe I bring that back to farming and mining. And then there's also slay and gather, which also kind of modifies the difficulty there. 11 to 16. This actually looks better. 8 are perfectly matched, and I'll keep the risk as is. I can bring that down by 1, I guess. Let's do that. No, let's do that. Okay, so let's go ahead and hit OK. So now I just crafted that quest, and the heroes will pick this up and go out on quest, come back with your cloth or whatever reward that you assign to them. As far as heroes are concerned, they can die in this game. And you can actually modify that by adjusting your setup details. But this one died while attempting to slay goblins. He was a CR 13. It just happens to, that's a thing. But if you click on the little hero manager on the very top, you can actually see your current heroes, what they're doing. It says location adventure. So a lot of these are adventuring right now. You can actually craft various gear for them by creating more things. All we've seen right now is the innkeeper. And the innkeeper is where they go to pick up quests and the like, but there's a slight RPG element to this where you can craft things for them. Different rarities too, like I crafted this quick knife rare, and this person went ahead and bought that, and now he's using it. So you can kind of do that with cloaks and backpacks and various items, gloves. So, and there's also classes in this game. Now, classes you have to make. It's kind of there's a bit of learning curve on this. A weaponsmith will come to town. A weapon master, there you go. We go to train classes. Right now, active class is 1 out of 3. If I seek a new class, I get to create what they use. So, for example, I can make them attribute Oh, don't tell me. Oh, he's leaving. Of course he is. Okay, well, long story short, what the weapon master does, he comes and goes, but you can create a class there, and you can tell that class what equipment items they should be equipping. And right now I've only got the one class, which is I think a ranger or something like that, and they're assigned to equip daggers and light armor and different things like that. I don't have the ability to make bows or anything like that. I have to get lumberjacks and tailors and other things moved in. Right now I have a blacksmith, and you can toggle between the different buildings on the bottom left. There's innkeeper there, tailor there, there's blacksmith there. And you can put things down in the environment like this forge craft item, and this is where I can craft the daggers or one-handed swords. But if I try to craft a one-handed sword, it'll tell me no active classes are currently using this item. That's because I didn't check the box on that. But that's so different classes will have different things assigned to them, and if you don't have a sword assigned to a class, it'll warn you, if you craft this, no one's going to buy it because no classes are using it. So you have to go back to the weapon master, activate the sword toggle or whatever so that they start using the swords that you're crafting. It's it's a bit cumbersome in the way this is all handled, to be honest. It's not as intuitive. As far as the build menu is concerned, this takes some doing as well. Like I said, there are different lots in the environment. You have to buy each one separately. There's a construction menu where you can craft or put down like grass, floors, stone, and walls. And there's a lot of, on the very bottom here, there's a lot of different things that you can put down. So you can create the foundation that way. There's also interior stuff for decorations, chairs, people to interact with, stations. Like I said, you can only have like one type of vendor at a lot at a time. So I can't put like a tailor, or I cannot put an apothecary down at this location as far as I know, because they're not, you can only have one per lot. That's what the game tells me anyway. So that's why I have a blacksmith here and an innkeeper over there and so on. Now, in addition to being able to send heroes out to like get materials, you can actually find them in the environment if you're lucky. And I don't know if I can find any right now. Okay, I just fished. I clicked on this fishing pond. I got 5 fish for it. It's kind of hard to see, but there are unique trees that all look the same. There's a tree there. So if I find a tree like this, I can click on it. And boom, I just got 2 wood. 2 basic wood. There's also stone in the environment that I can click on to get ore. There's mushrooms in the environment that I can click on to get food. So if you care to, which is, this is annoying, but if you care to, you can go around the environment and try and find free resources that way if you can't wait for a quest. So that's the gist of this game. And on the left-hand side, you'll see objectives, increase reputation. On occasion, it'll task you with, the king wants you to kill 2 goblins within 7 days. And to kill goblins, you have to send heroes out on slay quests for goblins specifically. Little things will pop up on the right telling you what's good, what's bad, different things like that. And I'm really trying to keep this video relatively, quick. I don't want to make this too long-winded. So, long story short, like I said, attract heroes, put up different vendors at different lots so that they sell different things, so that your heroes can equip them, send them out on quests to get things, and complete your objectives. That is the general gameplay flow. There's other menus that I haven't shown you, like this town ledger. Visitor orders are special orders. If you manage to satisfy them, you get a bonus gold, whatever. Trade routes, photo galleries, expected visitors. Then your inventory. You can see your inventory across all of your different areas. Like, I've got one cruel knife of swiftness at my blacksmith that I haven't sold yet. If I click on my tavern, I've got, looks like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 quests outstanding that people can still pick up. Difficulty, you can prioritize them. You can see the reward, delete them. You can see what kind of food you have serving at the moment. So I just, as a quick review, I'll just simply say this game is not one that I was able to get into quickly. There's a lot of little nuance to it. It can be confusing. The tutorial is not 100% helpful sometimes. It walks you through it, but it kind of throws everything at you all at once, and you're sitting there trying to like make sense of it all. And then when you're finally out of the tutorial, you're like, well, how do I do this? How do I do this? What should I do next? I had a lot of questions even after the tutorial was over. So if you're going to get into this game, wait for that 25% off sale when it does release into 1.0 for one. And then 2, just be warned that there is a learning curve associated with this. There's going to be times where you're going to be scratching your head trying to figure out what it is you're supposed to be doing next, or how to do something, that kind of thing. So, yeah, I recommend this game. It's a lot deeper than I expected it to be. I just wish it were a bit more... I wish it were a bit more intuitive for the first-time player. Now that I've been playing it for a while, I can kind of, muddle my way through it. And I love that the difficulty can be adjusted before you start your play session. Highly recommend giving yourself a leg up across various categories when you're setting up your game, so that it's not so punishing if you make a mistake. But I do recommend this game. It's just be warned, there is a learning curve. It's not as intuitive. But wait for that 25% off sale when it does release in a few days. This is Vince. Thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all next time. Take care.